Namaste everyone. As usual, let's begin by relaxing our body and mind. Close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath in. And as you exhale, relax the body and feel the mind relax. And now, our usual disclaimer. When you attend this session, you do so with the understanding that you're responsible for your own well-being. Life in Yoga and those of us who lead these sessions don't take responsibility towards the outcome of your participation here. So with that understanding, please make sure you observe caution. And the rule of yoga is there cannot be any strain whatsoever in what you do. Everything should be done with very mild effort to stimulate and not to work out. So keeping that in mind, a good way to approach it is to keep your spine straight and observe your breath and make sure the breath is always slow and smooth. So now, today we have a special program that is, we had announced that in July, the weekends, we will be paying more detailed explanations of all the practices we do. So yesterday we did the full explanation of the chakra vibration, how to do it. Today we'll be focusing on the spinal alignment. Because time is limited, we'll begin with 3 ohms and go on straight to the spinal alignment without the, let me see. Yeah, we can go on straight to the spinal alignment without the chakra vibration. And thereafter, if we have time, we'll catch up with the chakra vibration and the Gayatri Mantra meditation that we do on Sundays, right? So with that, let's begin by establishing the group consciousness. Close your eyes and think of everyone who is here within your group, within this group as within yourself. So visualize everyone inside you, and we will do the first of 3 ohms. Take a deep breath in. Now, bring your awareness within yourself and try to keep your eyes closed as much as is needed. But now we will focus on the spinal alignment. The reason why we focus on the spinal alignment is because the brain and the spine together constitute the central nervous system. If the central nervous system is compromised, and for most people as they age, there is some degree of degeneration in the spine, then in which case, the peripheral nervous system that connects into the central nervous system is disrupted. There are 12 peripheral nerves that connect directly into the brain, and the remaining everything connects into the spine. So, in order to do that, we do gentle movement of the muscles around the spine, around the neck, so that we can stimulate them little by little and make them a little better. As you saw yesterday when we also worked on degeneration of the spine with the mantra, the spinal mantra, as you observed. So here, the goal is to stimulate the central nervous system so that the nervous system is responsive to needs of different parts of the body. What is the real function of the nervous system? to sense how much of energy is needed in which part of the body to do its job. And in response, the nervous system directs the blood flow to that area so that there is more oxygen and glucose available to cells in that region, whereby they are able to work better. So that's an easy way to think of the job of the nervous system. So now let's begin from the head all the way down to the bottommost part of the spine. And of course, the muscles and all the organs by the side of this area will all be stimulated, right? So if we are going to do in a logical order, we should begin with the neck exercises, even though in our daily routine, we work in a way that is where we combine different exercises and we do the Ujjayi Pranayam along with it. So let's begin with the neck exercises. As you exhale, gently tilt the head, bringing one ear towards one shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, tilt towards the other shoulder. Inhale, come back. We do this for about 10 to 20 breaths, which means about 5 to 10, tilting to each side. Since this session is a basic session for people who are new, if any of you have questions, feel free to interrupt and ask questions. Now, as you inhale for the last time, come back to the straight head position. Then, as you exhale, rotate the head and look over one shoulder. Inhale, come back. Rotate, look over the other side. Inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. Now as you inhale, take the head all the way back. And as you exhale, pulling back the neck, bring the chin down towards the chest and continue. On a regular basis, we may not do all these exercises because given the time, we try to optimize whatever can be done with maximum benefit. These neck exercises have a secondary benefit even on the blood pressure. While there are many reasons why a person can have high blood pressure, one reason for people as they age is because the arteries they lose their resilience, and there may be blockages happening there, what is called atherosclerosis. Last inhalation and last exhalation, and from here on we do 360 degrees around the neck. Inhale half a circle and exhale, complete the circle, and continue going in the same direction. So particularly in the neck area, there are the carotid arteries that are carrying blood to the brain. And because of the blockages that are happening in the artery, there is in that neck area, there are receptors called the baroreceptors, which sense what is the pressure of the blood and whether there is enough pressure for the brain to receive all its blood needs, whether it's oxygen and glucose. So if it finds that there is too much of congestion over there and enough is not flowing, it will send a message to the system to increase the heart rate, to pump faster, and to increase the blood pressure so that there is enough blood going to the brain. So when we do this exercise, loosening the neck, that's a secondary benefit that happens. Now let's go in the opposite direction. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now, while we took care of a significant part of the neck, the lowermost part of the neck spine, the cervical spine C7, and going into the thoracic first segment, that is the place from where the nerves are flowing into the hands. And so the shoulders, the clavicle area, all of them, in order for the full impact here, that is the place where we go to next. So a good way to do that is inhale, lift up the shoulders, and exhale, rotate the shoulder back and come down, and continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now generally we only do backward rotation, largely because in general posture, most people, because of the work they do or anything they do, they tend to work forward. So those muscles are taken care, they are being utilized, but it is the muscles behind that are not being utilized, so you want to stimulate them. So after we have done this, we go on to few more of the shoulder related exercises, and the way in which we do is we interlock the fingers, bring the fingers behind the head. When we bring this behind the head, we don't bring the palms like this. Rather, we try to turn it around. And most of you will not be able to turn it around perfectly, but you can turn it sideways so that the little finger is pressing against the head. If you can turn it completely, that is even better. And why is that important? The moment you keep your hands like this, your elbows will tend to come forward. The moment you turn your hand, you can see how the elbows straighten up in a 180-degree angle, right? And now we take a deep breath in, pulling back the shoulders and the elbows. And as you exhale, twist to one side, inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the other way, and inhale, come back. So this is having some little bit of impact on that. This also has the impact on loosening further down in the spine, the thoracic spine. But then after this, when we get hold of the elbows behind the head and pull and exhale, we are pulling on the shoulder blade, but at the same time the stretch is going all the way till the hips. Inhale, come up, exhale, pull on the other side. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. Now, we are not fully finished with the shoulders. Besides the shoulder rotation that we did, we also go the other way. As we inhale, we look up, stretch up, and as you can see, we are leaning slightly backward. And as we exhale, pulling back the shoulders, we bring the hands by the side and bring it forward. So here we are creating additional motions all along the spine, but also it is serving the shoulder area as we twist this way. Notice the subtle difference that this is doing besides the simple normal shoulder rotation. It is working on few other muscles also. And at the same time, when you're inhaling and stretching up, it is pulling up all the muscles by the side of the spine as you're doing it. So last time, as we exhale, we complete. Now we do keeping the fist bent at the wrist into your chest, elbows in line with the shoulders. As we inhale, when we make the palms perpendicular to the forearm, we are actually stretching the muscles in the hands. But then as we continue to stretch out and pull back the shoulders, this is stretching at other places that are connecting all through over here, which is a different stretch and stimulating in a different way from the other exercises that we did. And as we exhale, we come back in again and continue. This exercise has the greatest impact in the junction of the neck and the thoracic region that connects into the hands. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we do one exercise, as you all know, we keep the fist below the chin and we go around the wrist. When we do that, actually, as we are doing it, the elbows are moving and the shoulders are also moving when we go this way. But this is a minor impact. It is more meant for the hands and the elbows and not necessarily for the spine. So, but that's what we normally do, because as you age, many people get arthritic hands, right? Now let's go reverse. Okay. Now we really get into the twisting of the main thoracic region, thoracic and the lumbar region we get into, and that we do with our spinal twisting. And you can all try, because this learning session, you can all try to do it both ways, with the sound and without the sound, and you can see what difference it is there for you. And again, you can do it holding the lowermost ribs behind you, in which case the motion will be a little limited and you won't strain yourself. But if you do freehand, you have to be careful not to strain yourself. So let's do without the sound. Just move and see what is your range of motion. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, go to how much of the range of motion you can do, and try it on both sides. As you exhale, you will have a certain limited motion. But the moment we do it with the sound ah, you will see the range of motion increases, because the sound vibration clears the nadis and stimulates the muscles even more. So take a deep breath in. Ah, to the other side. Ah. You can notice the impact that it's having, and then we go into the back. Ah. Chin to the chest. So when we do the three sides, we are making the sound ah, chin, and we are doing the humming sound. So now, the first time when we do it, all of you have experienced, who have been doing it for a while, that the motion is a certain degree, but as you do it repeatedly, by the time you come to the third round doing it 3 times, you can see how much more impactful it is in loosening the muscles around the spine, particularly in the trunk of the body. So let's take a deep breath in and go to the second round. To the right. Ah. Second time. Ah. To the left. Ah. Ah. To the back. Chin to the chest. Third round, we will do 3 times in each direction to the right. To the left. to the back. Chin to the chest. Now, we have taken care of the trunk of the body. However, the spine goes even below the hips into the sacrum and the coccyx area. Now, from the conventional anatomical understanding, the communications into the legs, the sciatic nerve and all of that, they begin right from the junction of the lowermost lumbar region is where it begins. So the thing is basically, from a yoga nadi perspective, the lower ones are also important. So when we are dealing with it, we cross one leg over the other leg, and then when we pull on this knee towards the opposite shoulder and turn, then we are actually stimulating the lower hip, and through that the sacrum and the coccyx area also. So that is the purpose of this. So let's take a deep breath in, and when we squeeze the perineum and do lum along with that, we increase the impact of it as we pull the knee to the opposite shoulder and turn the head the other way. So we'll do this 3 times. Let's cross the leg the other way. Now we can sit up straight, and if you want to do, normally we complete the spinal alignment after this and we just stand up. The standing up exercise is the last part of the spinal alignment. But before we do the standing up and bending forward and all of that to complete the spinal alignment, that is working more on the hips and the legs, which are also important, but it extends beyond the spinal alignment. So the few exercises which we don't do regularly, but we do once a week or so, is we stretch out the leg and go in big circles, and this is meant for the hips. Now we do the cycling exercise, and that again is primarily meant for the knees, the thighs, and even the ankles. For the ankles, we do a stretch out and we go around the ankles and we point out the toes and we push out the heels and all of that, and that is mainly for the calf muscles also. So those are all options we can do. But to complete the element for the spine, we stand up, and in that one, and those of you who don't have balance, you stay seated. And here we actually bring the hands to your hips behind your back, but you want to make sure that you don't lose balance. So you keep your feet shoulder width apart or slightly wider with inside of the feet parallel to each other. If it's a little wider, it gives better balance. Now, as we inhale, we push on one hand and make a backward arch, pushing on the hands and tilting in the direction of the hand that where we are pushing. Inhale, exhale, we come back, inhale onto the other side this way. This has a big impact on the lumbar area, and particularly for people for whom the lumbar area is weak and there may be a potential for a disc to bulge out. This exercise actually eases it in and helps you to stay good. So it's more like a maintenance exercise. So let's continue. Inhale to one side, exhale, come back. Inhale the other way, exhale, come back. We normally do this about for 20 breaths or so. Last inhalation and last exhalation. And as you can observe, when we did this, it also has impact on the thighs and the hip. But we are also working along the lower lumbar area. And now we will do the straight backward stretch. Here you can get hold of the elbows, or you can keep your hands behind, and you do keep pulling up the chin and pulling back the shoulders. You inhale and do the backward bend. Here again, you're stretching the entire spine, particularly in the neck and the trunk of the body. And here we inhale and exhale for about another 20 breaths or so. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly come up. Keep the chin up and shoulder pulled back. Now, when we exhale, we lean forward very carefully, making sure we are only bending from the hips and not from the thoracic region or the neck. Because if we do that, those are the places where we can potentially hurt ourselves. Now, as long as we are doing this position, we are relatively safe. Now, in the last motion, we actually release our hands and come down. And that is the zone which we have to be even more careful, because for people for whom there is weakness in the lumbar region or any other upper part of the spine, they can potentially hurt themselves. But what happens is, since we have done all the backward exercises, we also want to strengthen the muscles that hold the spine over there. Generally, for backward bends, there are more muscles and connective tissues that are holding, so you are unlikely to hurt yourself. But in the forward bend, as you age, you want to be always more careful. And so try not to push yourself and lean forward with your chin up and shoulder pulled back as much as you can. Then, in which case, you're only strengthening or taking care of the lumbar region and the hips. Now, when you take a deep breath and release your hands, you have to be extra careful. When you release your hands and bring it down towards the floor, immediately what is happening is your shoulder is released, so the thoracic segment may develop a little bit of bend downward, and you want to make sure you have the capacity to hold that. And pulling on your legs wherever you can hold, you come down as much as you can. But you keep the chin up, so that by keeping the chin up, even though the thoracic region and the upper thoracic region may be bending a little, the lumbar region does not bend. You're bending just below at the hip where the lumbar region ends. That is where you're actually bending. Then we do the sideward movement. As we exhale, we get hold of the left leg with the right hand, raise the right hand up and look up at the left hand and shift the weight to the left leg. And when we do that, we are actually stimulating one side of the hip and the connective elements to the spine. And then when we do the other side, we do the same thing for the right side. Usually we keep for 5 breaths on each side, and then we come down, and when we do the last pull, we have to be even more extra careful. Sometimes we bring the hands on the floor and we press over there. This is for strengthening of the hands. It has nothing to do with the spine. When we pull on the legs and we come down, it does give you it gives you a stretch for your hips and the buttocks muscle, but here there needs to be extra caution to make sure you don't hurt yourself in any way, particularly as you age. But then we need a little bit of strength also, so if you do it, it gives you good ability to prevent any accidental muscle pulls that may happen. You see, in some of these spinal alignment exercises that we are doing, as we age, by exercising them daily, we prevent the potential for having muscle pulls related to any of these joints and things. Very often for people, if they are not doing the exercises sideways and strengthening the shoulder areas, when they are lifting something or bending something, they can pull the back or the shoulder, and this is less likely to happen for you when you do this on a daily basis and strengthen this, right? So any questions? And with that, of course, we have completed the spinal alignment. Any questions, please feel free to unmute and speak up. Okay, if there are no questions, then we can proceed to, we have enough time now to go and do our chakra vibration and follow up after that with our Sunday, the Gayatri Mantra meditation that we do, right? So let's close our eyes and bring our awareness to the perineum. And as we squeeze at the perineum, we do the sound LUM, pressing on the little finger. And we will do this as many times as needed. We establish the group consciousness. So once again, reaffirm, think of everyone within you, and take the deep breath in. LUM. Release your fingers. As we continue with LUM, observe that even though we did the spinal alignment, while the muscles feel loose, the calmness you feel in the body that you get with the chakra vibration is absent. So once we do the chakra vibration, as we discussed yesterday, about the impact of the balance of the Samana Vayu along the Sushumna Nadi, you will feel that impact as we continue. So let's continue. Lam. Last time. Now bring your awareness an inch or so above the perineum, behind the pubic area. There we do Vam as we draw in there, pressing on the ring finger with the thumb. Vam. Last time. Release the fingers, continue with Vam. Last time. One more time. One more time again. Bring your awareness behind the navel. As we draw in at the navel, we do the sound Ram, pressing on the middle finger of the thumb. Ram. 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 Release the fingers. Continue. Ram. Ram. Last time. Bring the awareness in between the breasts and the middle of the body. While you cannot squeeze here, you mentally squeeze. And we do the sound yum, pressing on the index finger with the thumb, the center of the palm facing the chakra there. Yum. 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 Release the fingers. Continue. Yum. Yum. Last time. Now bring the awareness to the throat, and here we do hum. Thumbs up, loose fist. Hum. Release the hand. Continue. Last time. Middle of the head, we do chum, thumbs up, loose fist. Release the hand. Continue. Shum. Last time. Shum. Bring the awareness to the top of the middle of the head, and here we do Om, thumbs up, loose fist. Release the hand, continue. Last time. Now, just observe for yourself how you feel within, the lightness you feel, and the relaxation you feel in the body that did not come from the spinal exercises you have with the chakra vibrations. We have not spoken about how the pranavayus are impacted by the spinal alignment. That we will do after we finish our meditation. Today being Sunday, we have little extra time to discuss. So now, with your eyes closed, bring your palms together and gently rub the palms. And separate the palms an inch or so. And gently move the palms around and see whether you can feel any sensation in the palms. If you can, then you will be able to actually sense what we are doing. Otherwise, you can just join everybody else and do it. Make sure you're seated comfortably with your spine straight and body relaxed. Now, with the palms open, we invoke the spirit that takes our awareness beyond the body into the palm of our hands. That spirit we call Gayatri to come into your hands. And take Gayatri right into you and feel the vibration change in your whole body. Open the palms again. We call upon the spirit that takes the awareness, our awareness, beyond the physical world into the spiritual world, beyond the zone of light, the spirit we call Savitri. And take that Savitri into you also and observe a subtle change in the vibration within you. Third invocation we make is for Saraswati, the spirit that takes your awareness to the source of all knowledge, and that is the source of all creation. So call upon Saraswati, that spirit, to come into your palms and take it into you. Now, with the three of the spirits in you, the connection has been made. Now mentally we affirm in this meditation that in the context of the three levels of existence, that is all connected by Om, we seek the brilliance of the sun, whereby we can have spiritual knowledge by which we can project into the world to fulfill the purpose for which we have come into this body. So you can do that in Sanskrit, or you can mentally affirm in English, makes no difference. But in Sanskrit, we say Om Bhurbhuva Swaha, which is Om in the context of the three levels of existence. Tat Savitur Varenyam, with the brilliance of that sun. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, may we have the intelligence of the spiritual beings. Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. From that intelligence, may we expand or project out, the implication being into the world, to do the purpose for which we are born, that is to do our dharma. So please continue. Become aware of your breath. And bring your hands in a Namaste position and thank the three spirits that enabled your meditation. And then let them go with the opposite motion of how you took in. Let all of them go. And continue to keep your eyes closed. We'll take a long deep breath and do one Om. And then after doing Om, we open our eyes and look into the palm of the hands. Take a deep breath in. So with that, we end our meditation session for today. So just to catch up on the discussion related to what are the Nadi related impact of the spinal alignment exercises that we did. The key impact over there is in the Prana Nadi, and the Nadis related to the Vyana and the Apana. And why is that the case? Because what happens is the central nervous system, when you stimulate it, the communication becomes more efficient. And the body is able to sense where the needs are better in the body. And so it is able to send the blood supply accordingly. So the pranavayu is stimulated. Now, because we are moving the muscles and tissues and all the water elements, because the body is 80-90% water, the Apanavayu and the Vyanavayu get stimulated also, as we are doing. And as you know, the communications come into the 5 chakras from the perineum to the throat. That is where all that come in. And that is what enables the balancing of the Sushumna Nadi by that process. How many of you were actually able to feel that once when we did the chakra vibration, the impact on your relaxation of the muscles and body was much deeper than all the spinal alignment? A show of hands? Okay, most of you were able to feel it. So that is really the key, as you can understand why we pay so much attention to chakra vibrations. Any questions, any thoughts?
Thank you for
Okay, if there are no other questions or thoughts, we'll close for today and we will see you all tomorrow. And from tomorrow on, it is our regular weekly session. So, namaste.
Doctor, I want to tell you that it was very nicely you explained, so that way you can do more. And it was chakra after that, because that really takes away the anxiety, and they have proving in the scientific area also.
Yes.
Now.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Rajan.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh. Okay. Namaste.
Okay, so we'll see you all tomorrow. Namaste.
Do the chakra. Squeeze the stomach and all this thing,
Sorry, can you speak up again?
Yeah, see, when you do the chakra vibration, like we have to squeeze at the navel and then worm and we have to squeeze the stomach.
When you squeeze, there is a better impact. Whether you do it or not, if you don't do it, still there will be benefit from it.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Rajan.
Okay.
Dr. Rajan, I
Yes.
have one question. Can I ask tomorrow? It is not urgent.
No, ask now. We have the time.
The thing is, I went to Indian restaurant and his wife gets epilepsy. Once he had told how they can control the epilepsy, I told him that I will introduce to you to Dr. Rajan and you can discuss with him. He's a Sardarji,
Okay.
Lakwan Singh.
Let
I
me
don't know.
explain something that will give you some insight. Okay, you're a physician, so you will be able to understand this better.
Yes.
You see, from a neurological perspective, epilepsy is not a singular condition.
Yeah.
There are different types of epilepsies that are involved, right?
Yeah.
So now what happens is, what we have found is, in one type of epilepsy, when the real problem is that the two hemispheres of the brain are not communicating well with each other. Under those kinds of situations, the Murdhanya Pranayama that we do, if you focus over here, and then you inhale up and down, right? That takes care, it will stop the epilepsy from coming on. Typically, people who have epilepsy, they will feel the aura coming on before it happens.
Correct. Yeah.
When they have that coming on, immediately if they go and do this, it will take care of itself. But that is only in the category of epilepsy where the two hemispheres of the brain are not communicating with each other.
Coordinating. Yeah.
Okay? Whereas on the other hand, if it is other types of epilepsy, we have not had much, impact. But there is one thing I can also tell. You see, typically what happens is we have a whole category of what is called autoimmune conditions. And if they dig deeper into it, they will go and say there is some gene in your body that is, not appropriate for you, the wrong gene or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so the thing is, you see, if there is any condition that is related to the autoimmune aspect, and then in which case mantra system tends to work. Okay? But we have to find the specific mantra for them.
So can I introduce him to you?
Actually, what I will suggest is, send the contact to Avni. That way she will take care of getting the medical history and all of that. And after that, I can get involved.
Okay. I'll call them to my place. Maybe while you are doing meditation, you can talk to them.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.